What's up, friends and well-wishers? We are greeted today with a collab that I was somewhat worried about. I uploaded a vid last night. For some reason, it decided to take more than 6 hours to upload. I don't know what's going on. I've canceled it at this point because my video was actually a warning telling people to slow it down before they pull for Rimuru here. Why am I saying that? Well, because we really didn't know what to expect, and I've been saying this. The last time Rimuru came around in his original form, he got shafted. That's all I'm going to say, just IMO, he got shafted. He was definitely one of the weaker collab characters. He never found a real place in the game. As a result, here's my Rimuru, my original one. Now, you guys got to figure, this is one of the first characters I pulled on damn near a fresh account. So why he's only level 77 with 57 of his abilities unlocked when I had no other characters on this account, that should tell you something. I worked on Millam. We can look at her. She's just way more built than he is. She's at least 93 out of 108. She's level 94. She's just a lot better off because she was the stronger character at the time. Do we have any more bonus SC for her? No. So that should just show you right there. You know, I stopped working on this guy immediately just because, well, he wasn't that great. You know, they made him like this hybrid damage dealer, and they made him resilient to elemental attacks. So, you know, if you're fighting something that's throwing different elements, he could get some damage resistance to it with his traits. Hit attribute weakness, boost magical damage cap 5 times for 3,000. Take damage, cut damage, taken 5 times. Hold on a second. Skill, magic attack, damage 30%, magic, cast speed plus 10%. During full auto battles, strength, defense. He's getting a bonus to full auto fights, but from what I can remember, to really use this character, chance to long range thunder. Okay, he had elements that changed to other elements. That's what it was. Like the black lightning, its thunder combo attack changes to dark if the enemy's dark resistance is lower. That's what it was. So not really the best ability in the world. Like, you're hitting with fire, but if the enemy's weak to dark, it'll change to dark. And the S2 is fire combo attack. S3 is a dark combo attack around the unit. Changes to fire if the enemy's fire resistance is lower. So black flame and black lightning are kind of flip-flopped. It wasn't that great. The other thing is, I believe you have to use an ability of his and then drop a spell, and they get empowered like that. So I might be wrong about that. I'm not going to read through his whole thing. I just remember he was very underwhelming. But part of it too was how you had to play him. If you're constantly doing this ability and then magic back and forth for one to empower the other one up, when you click off your character, do something else with another character, and then you click back on this guy, you're like, okay, which part of the phase are we in? Do I cast a spell now, or do I use an ability? You know, like, which one is it? So it just takes a lot of the player's attention to run a character like this, right? And you have to give him more attention than, you know, your other team. And when you click off of him and you come back on him, you kind of don't know where you're at. That and the ability to change from fire to dark and from dark to fire, it was alright in certain battles. But pretty much the one cool thing this guy had, he was going to be more resistant to different elements. That's just kind of like the takeaway from it. And if some big nasty enemy threw some kind of attack, this guy might just have enough resistance to it to survive. At the same time, he's not exactly like the tankiest guy in the world. He just never found a place, and sorry if I'm slightly off about any of this because I haven't looked at him for a long time. So my whole thing was, we don't know how Last Cloudia is going to play this out. He could either follow in his prior footsteps, which would absolutely suck ass for everybody that pulled this character, or they could do something new with him. They could actually take his existing kit, change things around, and actually try to make him functional. All right. His S4 here also does restore his HP and MP and some SCT. So you drop his S4, he heals a little bit, which was always nice about him. And he's going to charge his kit a little bit. So that, and we can't take away how cool his little sprite looks. That's all there is to it. But that left this character at a whopping level 77 with 57 of his ability unlocked on a fresh account. I didn't have many options, and I still found a better path to take. So the video that I had uploading, which I stopped in the queue now because it's too late, he's already dropped. I was just going to tell everybody, wait, hold on. Before you go all in on this guy, let's actually figure out if he's worth a shit. Now, personally, I was saving my resources for Millim. She was more powerful last time. She looks damn good. And I was like, okay, I'll do a few pulls. And I literally got to my last pull, and I just like set my device down to pour some coffee. And I heard this damn voice. And I was like, I know that's not Millim. So he did come down for us. He did come down. Here he is. It's a good thing they're not sharing souls. And I got to tell you guys, it looks like they did do right by him. I was very surprised. He's going to come in at 50 SC already just because it's a shift form, so it's not like he's butt naked out of the box. We do need to change over to him. He looks a lot more wicked here. Yeah. His monster form is like pre-puberty, and here you can tell he grew an extra 3 inches, and now he's the effing man. He's got a throne to sit on. He's got that badass sword of his. We also are going to have to talk about his paid gear. Very weird. There's an armor in there, and there's an accessory. I only had enough for one of them. I went for the accessory because it's not cutting me off from dual wield. Don't get me wrong. That armor is giving him plus 3,000 to his damage cap, which is very nice. But is it going to make up for not having dual wield and not having 2 weapons and double the hit counters and everything? I don't know. I'm not betting on it. So I managed to get his accessory first, which is going to give him a little bit to damage. It's going to give him a little bit to damage. No attribute, attack damage, which is like everything he's doing. So damage cap plus 1,000 and damage plus 10% and continuous brave effect. That's not bad. It's got 80 attack on it. And the other reason that this accessory was really more important to me is the fact that it has stun resist on it, which he absolutely needs, and it's giving 20% resistance. 5 to fire, 5 to ice, 5 to earth, 5 to lightning. Doesn't sound like much. It's still 20 resistance spread out on top of everything else he has just in his kit and ways he has to, you know, negate some elements anyway. But this also comes with 80 flat attack and that resistance plus the ability on it. It's the one that I went for first because it's not taking up an armor slot, and therefore it's potentially not messing up dual wield in the future. Now, if I'm wrong and I chose the wrong item, please leave me a comment. Let me know why Rimuru having his cloth armor is absolutely clutch. I get the extra 3,000 to damage cap. We'll have to see. As far as a weapon goes, I have the thunderclap on him. Why? Because when physically attacking with opponent's weakest attribute, damage plus 10%. That doesn't say that it has to match with the attribute of the sword. So if I hit you with anything and you're weak to it, which I think will stack with his ability, we'll talk about that, because here's what's really cool about Rimuru. Instead of this, well, you're hitting with dark, but if their fire is a little bit weaker, it'll change to fire. Or, hey, you're hitting with fire, but if their dark resistance is lower, it'll change to dark. And that was really all he had going for him. I wouldn't even call that a one-trick pony. It was like a half a trick. But now his S1 Inferno, which hints at fire, is a frontal long-range combo attack. Notice how this does not say that this is fire. It's not a fire attack. It's called Inferno, but it's just a frontal long-range combo attack, right? Rising Star boosts damage to enemies weak to fire. So, for those of you that can't really process that right, the way I'm looking at this is hey, I'm doing non-elemental damage. So, non-elemental for the win. You're not going to get any resistance against me because I'm non-elemental. But if you are weak to fire, I get a damage boost. It's best of all worlds. You get to be a non-elemental damager, and then when there's an elemental weakness, you still get to exploit it, right? So you're doing non-elemental damage with Inferno, but if the enemy has, I don't know, minus 30 to their fire resistance, now it's going to count as a fire attack, and you're going to hit that weakness of theirs. That is pretty freaking awesome. Then you attack the next enemy with Inferno, and the next guy's like, whoa, I'm immune to fire damage. I have 80% resistance, and you're like, oh, well, I'm doing non-elemental damage. So, hi, your 80% resistance doesn't mean shit. Best of both worlds. You get to use non-elemental damage, and if there's an elemental weakness, you still get to take advantage of it. So to me, that looks like the best of all worlds. Pretty freaking awesome constant damage. So there's that. But wait, it gets better. We look over at the S2 Gluttony. Gluttony, medium area, medium range combo attack that absorbs 2.5% of the damage as hit points. Holy shit. Between this and Proud Force, you are going to be healing so much, it's going to be absolutely absurd. It's so nice that you just have, oh look, I took some damage, let's throw that S2, and I'm going to get healed up from it, right? Oh yeah, and it's non-elemental damage, but if you have a dark weakness, guess what? It's going to count as dark for the sake of hitting you, and you're going to get all the bonuses from that weakness, and if you have a dark strength, this is a non-elemental attack. Da-da-da-da. But it gets even better. The S3 is phenomenal. Great crowd control. Just lights up half the screen. It is a wide area, long range combo attack. I also wonder if Mage Land will work with a bunch of this stuff because he is casting it out. Rising Star boosts damage to enemies weak to light. So, again, non-elemental, but if you're weak to light, this is going to do more damage to you. Alright, so we have fire, dark, light. Those are the three weaknesses he's going to be targeting. If those weaknesses don't present themselves, non-elemental damage. Beautiful. And then we have the S4. Powerful combo attack to all enemies. Restore hit points to all allies. To all allies. So he has an AoE heal built in here. This is awesome. They took a page from Thunderbolt Sevia where, you know, her S3 or something can heal the whole party up. And on top of that, he has a way to heal himself. That's besides Proud Force. It's besides anything else that you put on him. That already is phenomenal. And just one more thing. Okay. I was looking at his accessory. that's one good thing about his armor, his paid gear, is it's going to give you MP regen. Now, how much MP regen does this guy need? Depends on what you have him do. I don't think this guy needs to cast spells as much as his old form. His kit can do the damn thing. And he does appear to be a straight up strength character. Mine right now is at 1481 strength. His intelligence is 400. And we get to his traits. Rising Star, no attribute damage plus 10%. Damage cap plus 2000. When enemy has a special attribute weakness, skill damage plus 10%. You know, on top of that weakness that you're exploiting by counting as that element. A damage cap an extra 1000. Skill 1 fire, skill 2 dark, and skill 3 light. Those are the things that those skills are going to be effective against. And if they're not effective, they're just non-elemental damage. Like I said, best of both worlds with that. Very cool how they did that for him. And then we have Demon Lord's Awakening. Yes, it does get a little bit better. Whenever taking attribute damage, chance to cut damage from that attribute. This is like a page from his old book. I thought this was nifty to help him survive like some kind of nuke, right? Damage from attribute minus 5% per hit, max minus 25%. So you get hit 4 or 5 times. By the 4th hit, you're taking minus 25% damage from that attack. Very cool. This resets each wave. But wait, they decided to add on to it. When unit is alive and all allies incapacitated, revives all allies with 100% hit points once per quest. Why is that important for this guy? Well, because he has a high chance of surviving some kind of crazy nuke. Say you're fighting a sea monster and you get it down to half health and that sea monster's like, you know what, bitches? Threshold. Everybody's taking, you know, so much water damage from my flood spell. Well, Rimuru's like, okay. He gets hit 5 times, and all of a sudden he has 25% damage reduction to that attack. And he manages to survive with 1,000 hit points. The rest of your party got wiped because it was an elemental attack. Well, as long as he survives, which he just might, he's going to bring your whole party back. Well, you can only do that once a quest, but how freaking awesome is that? On top of that, I already peeped this guy's ability tree a little bit. He does have that revive ability where, you know, this guy can be knocked unconscious and he'll come back into the fight. All in all, he can be a very annoying character. And what they've done with his sprite, this is like the adult Rimuru. He's wearing a jacket and a coat, damn it. That's kind of funny. That's his accessory. One's an accessory, one's a coat. Even though one's a shirt and one's a jacket, and the jacket's the accessory. I guess yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. That's his paid gear. So, again, this is what mine has. He's at 55 SC, no big deal. Let's take him to the White Lab. Oh, yeah, he also has Bad Mama Jamma. He also has, what's it called? A buff. A buff for everybody in his party. Oh, jeez. I want to call it a faction buff, but I'm thinking of the wrong game, and I know I am. Like, hold on. Did we get a Sorcerer Shield from 0, Skill Charge 3, Close Boost? Yeah, I'll throw Happy Halloween on him. This guy is running around without haste right now. He just has like skill charge 1, 2, and 3. It's been enough so far. Let's take him to the world map. Let's go to the White Lab. Now, this guy's only got 50 SC, so I just got him. We're not going straight into Nightmare with him. So we'll just do a hard level. Spirited Assault. We'll bring no support. We'll just see how he does. I really like the way his abilities work. I like the fireball that he throws. There's that fireball. there's that S2, and it's healing him. Look at that, no Proud Force even in effect. Just getting that awesome heal off that S2. He might just crush through this way too easy. Let's aim for this guy, see if our S1 Inferno can hit 2 of them. It most definitely hit 2 of them. And yeah, I kind of wasted that S3 there because that just hits everybody in front of him. Great crowd control. You cannot get to this guy. And oh yeah, let's actually use our buff. Leader's Charisma. This is cool. Strength, Defense, Intelligence, Mind plus 10%. For units with a non-human type plus 30% for monster units. So anybody that is not just a straight up human, like Millum would be a dragon, because she's a dragon type. This guy is a creature type. Right, any of our creepy crawly heroes that we have that are not human types, they're going to get strength, defense, intelligence, and mind 10%. That's very awesome. Very awesome. And for monsters, which I was going to run my favorite little robot, the TI-83 or whatever, that guy's going to get 30% to these stats instead of 10, because he's actually a monster unit, even though he's a machine. I believe that's how it works. Regardless, that's pretty cool. This is like the ringleader for your non-human little monsters and pets. This guy's just going to power them up and give them a nice boost. This only applies while this unit is alive and doesn't stack with other charismas. Cool though. So S1, S2, let's heal ourselves. Look at all that healing, and we didn't even get to finish with our S3. Beelzebub, I haven't even seen that. I haven't even seen Beelzebub. In fact, let's peep that out real quick. I'm pretty sure I could just throw a different arc on this guy. And let's actually go into Nightmare. I don't think he's going to be able to clear a Nightmare quest right now out of the box. 20 minutes out of the box. But we can at least try Dangerous Invitation. And I'm going to bring something so we can see that beautiful S4 of his, even though this is probably going to hurt our... Oh, you know what? Here. Let's bring our little monster for some backup, for some support. Maybe he can give me just enough crowd control with his little machine gun to try to pull some shit off. And we are going to be dropping any arc that we have right now, because this is God difficulty. First of all, we'll just use our Great Ruin. Let's double check the stats on this robot. Strength is 1226. That's not very good. Throw your charisma up. Charisma's up. Yeah, his strength went up from 12 to 1593. So almost 400 more to his strength because of Rimuru's little buff. He's at 2273, not bad for 50 SC out of the box. Look at those resistances. 15 to fire, 5 to ice, 5 to earth, 5 to lightning, 15 to light. He's got 45 resistance already. He's also resistant to poison, to blind, can't curse him, and you sure as hell cannot stun a slime. Very cool. He can be silenced and he can have a headache. Very cool. So, very simple stuff. I'll get right to it. Let's check out his S4. Beelzebub. Here's the important part. It heals everybody, and that actually was going on for a while there. Actually, you know what? If this guy has Magic Barrier, we might just be able to clear this. So there's that fireball. We need that S3. That's what we need. Bam. Well, the robot's weak, time to heal him. Also, get that healing on him. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. As long as we got magic barrier up, we actually have a chance here. His basic attack, he's swinging a sword. Not the most impressive thing in the world. And I do need to start getting much better with those fireballs. See, I want the fireball to go through everybody like that. Very nice. Group everybody out. Throw that nasty S3. It seems that after you launch that S3, it doesn't matter if there's a spell or something, it's going to cut through that. It's going to still go off. Fireball, very nice. Oh, there's that healing. Let's lock on this one so we can fireball through everybody. I like that fireball thing. I think it can be very nifty to spam. Oh, look at that! And our little computer guy's putting in some. Our little robot is actually putting in some work. Yeah, I can see why his S4 takes a little bit longer to charge, because you are healing everybody. You're not getting MP back. But this guy doesn't look like he needs MP like he used to. We'll have to see. I could put other items on him that are going to give him some sort of MP. Because obviously once you put something on this guy that, not Proud Force, what's it called? Sharp Eyes. You put Sharp Eyes on him and something that's going to drain your MP and turn it into more damage, you might want to find a way to replenish his MP. I gotta say though, he's got no business being in here right now with 50 SC. And I know he's technically not soloing this because he brought his little robot here. But for him just to be able to keep this robot alive, remember guys, this is a god tier level. This is a god tier level. I'm at 50 SC. Forget about the robot. It's awesome that he even has a chance to make it through here. And actually the robot combo is pretty nasty because it's adding a lot of crowd control for him. So here he is out of the box. Viewer discretion is advised. Poll discretion is advised. But I do feel a lot better about recommending this hero now. Oh shit, mages. Because he is a monster. Look at that. Love that fireball thing. Hoping that S3 would interrupt their spells a little bit. Oh, and it doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop, and he keeps healing. That is awesome. Yeah, you don't even really need any of his super gear to heal, which was a big problem with Thunderbolt Sevia. If you wanted her to actually heal your party, you needed her paid gear. Doesn't seem to be the case here. He's still going to heal himself, and everybody with, he's going to heal himself with his S2, and he's going to heal everybody with his special no matter what. Very cool. So that's just awesome. Actually, the damage on that's not bad. It goes on for a little while. I cannot wait to actually get some haste on this guy. Because then his kit will charge really quick. I didn't see any haste on any of his weapons or anything. So this is him. No haste. Look at all that healing. And just for the record, most heroes at 50 SC have absolutely no chance in this god tier level. I got to get them to at least like 70 SC before they come out here and can actually put in some work. It doesn't matter if they have a little ally with them. I could run this robot with tons of other heroes. The robot would die on wave 1. It's alive because Rimuru's keeping it alive by healing. And he's not even throwing any heal spells, so this is new, this is different. Very interesting. It looks like Adis has taken steps to actually make this character better. You know, instead of just kind of making him a throwaway character, I was really wondering if they were going to do that. I'm glad that they didn't. So glad that they didn't. Oh no, I was trying to save that S3. And like I said, if any of this damage was getting reduced, other heroes have problems here, unless they're doing like non-elemental damage. The androids had no problems here. Where's that damn medic? We're gonna target him. Oh yes, and all of you are just getting eaten by that black hole. The robot does help here for sure, because you can interrupt some of their casting. But this is still Rimuru pretty much doing all of this. Let's drop her S4. And there's everyone getting healed. And I like how when they're bunched up, man, his kit is so nasty when they're bunched up. That fireball hits everybody. Right through everybody. Oh, that black hole is just nasty. Great crowd control. Great crowd control. Cannot wait to actually put dual wield on this guy and get twice as many damage counters. Especially the weak elements. We're hitting a weakness somewhere here. Oh man, the damage counters on that S3. Oh, it just doesn't stop. I'm gonna put Empower S1 on him, just so I can get a bunch of these fireballs that just throw them just non-stop, just blah, blah, blah. It's gonna be pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff I want to try with this hero. All in all though, man, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what they've done. This is three times the hero of his last form. That's just IMO. He works so much better, so much easier. No more, you know, dropping an S1 and then throwing a spell and then the spell empowering your kit and then throwing a kit and that empowers your spells and having to go back and forth. This is cool. You can just stick to doing your skill damage and you don't have to worry about resistances because you're doing non-elemental damage. Unless there's a weakness there, then you'll exploit it. So very cool. Damn, this guy's almost broke. So yeah, Rimuru is just nasty. We got all the way till the end here. And I didn't even have to use my summon. Again, haste would be a big deal here. I also did not use... Well, I used Council of 10 on the robot, but you know, what's that worth? Come on. I was hoping we'd get our S3 before he got unstunned. Oh, look at all that damage. Oh, keeping him bunched up, smashing them all with that fireball all at the same time. So yeah, I think it's clear to see slow and steady progress here, but this nightmare, or this god tier level, does not stand a chance. Like, they're just never going to be able to do enough damage to him to make up for the S4 that is going to heal him, and especially to make up for the S2. And like I said, I don't even think Proud Force is on this guy yet. So once you add in the healing from the S2 and the S4, plus Proud Force, this guy's going to be on another level as far as self-sustain goes. I'm personally just going to work on his hit point pool and just make him a nightmare to deal with. Man, I can't wait to come back in here with dual wield. So, I think it's pretty clear to see how this one's going to turn out. These guys don't stand a chance. But I don't want to waste another 10 minutes in here just crushing these fools. That is funny. That is funny. So here we are. Look at his buffs. He's got a strength up buff, and he's got his charisma. 2,000 strength. God tier content. They can't even hurt him. They can't even drop his health down below. So we're going to go ahead and skip this because it's inevitably a win. It was clear cut. I just don't want to sit there and cut and slash for another 10 minutes just to finish it. But this is a brand new character out of the box that I've had for 20 minutes. He has some abilities on him because of his shift form. All in all, this is a great start for this collab. And if anybody wants to pull for this guy, go for it. You are going to be happy with him. They've managed to cut out all of the shortcomings from his last form, which was the number one thing that I was looking for. They've done it. I've been saying it. I wonder how they're going to do this character. Well, they've done him right. So best of luck to everybody out there. But remember, Millam's right around the corner. One of my favorite dark damagers. She is a dragon. She is gnarly. We'll have to see what she can do. I've managed to save at least a few 10 pulls to hopefully try to get her. Also, I haven't got any of the arcs yet. Hopefully some of those come my way. I still have some tickets to grind out, so wish me the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. I did see some tickets for this thing. Everyone should be starting out with like 5 tickets today. So I hope I get that arc. I hope you get this character, and I hope you get the arc as well. And I will see you all on the flip side. Rejoice, everybody. It's a good day to be a little slime today.